Would I Lie to You? Please do not swear. It's Davina McCall. He wouldn't dare. It's Jason Manford. And their team captain, Lee Mack. And facing them tonight, he's our favourite antique. It's Michael Aspel. He mocks the weak. It's Dara O'Brien. And their team captain, David Mitchell. But first, please blatantly ignore the health and safety rules on noise pollution in appreciation of your host, Angus Deaton!
Good evening and welcome to Would I Lie to You, the show about liars and lying. One clue as to whether someone is lying to you is if they're unable to make full eye contact, which is why you should only trust pirates 50% of the time. Camouflage can be seen as one form of lying, except of course that it can't. And euphemisms are a form of lying when you use a more polite term to describe something, like when you give a refined lady directions to the powder room when she needs to fire out a dump. Which brings us circuitously to round one, Home Truths, in which we plumb the frightening depths of our panellists' lives as they take it in turns to read out a statement from the card in front of them, which may contain a true fact about themselves or a downright lie they're seeing for the first time. A scenario demanding instant creativity from the panellists, instant cunning from their interrogators, and endless patience from everyone watching. Michael is first to go over the top, so Michael, if you would.
Before any TV appearance, I shadow box in my dressing room.
What do you wear? As your shadow, is it fully clothed or in your pants? Or?
I mean, when I'm fully dressed, about to burst on the scene.
And do you take boxing gloves with you, or is it just literally with your sort of hands?
I don't take any equipment for this thing. It's just a little thing between me and the mirror, really.
Have you ever got beat?
Do you do it to keep fit, or is it to kind of whoosh yourself up before the show, like a Rocky moment? Come on, rrr, I'm Michael Aspel.
It is really, yes, to get the blood, I suppose, flowing towards the brain, that sort of thing.
How fired up do you need to be for the Antiques Roadshow? Come on, it's worth 10 grand!
How long do you shadow box for?
Probably sort of 20 seconds.
So not long, it's just a quick, like...
The old 1, 2 and a few uppercuts.
Would you mind giving us a quick demonstration?
What, standing, or can I do it
Standing,
from
standing.
However you do it in the mirror for 20 seconds.
Well, I suppose it's a bit of...
That sort of boxing, wasn't it? The sort of boxing you see in the 17th century. That's all.
So, Lee, what are you thinking?
What do you think?
Team?
You're a very calm, cool, calculating person. I think you're very, very suave, and I can't imagine you going, get out there and kill them, Michael. I see you more as a sort of, we're on in 5. I'm busy, I'm playing backgammon.
Like you were trying to... I thought, yes, I can imagine, because he's so cool and calm, that he might need to himself up. But I think it's a lie.
OK.
It's a lie, yeah.
I'm saying it is a lie.
Michael, truth or untruth?
It is true.
It's God's own truth. It is true. Michael does shadow box before every TV appearance, like that. While he boxes, a ghetto blaster at his feet blares out the same hard-pumping track over and over again, Schubert's String Quartet, number 15 in G. Of course, in a dressing room, it's shadow boxing. In the street, it's mental illness. Davina, your home truth, if you would, please.
At my wedding, I walked down the aisle to the Big Brother theme tune.
Really, we've got to hope that this is a lie, because that would be like possibly, and I've seen some unclassy weddings in my time. People arriving in pink carriages with horses and
What's unclassy about that?
The Big Brother, like, firstly, it's quite quick, the Big Brother tune. It's a quick walk up the aisle, isn't it? Like,
yeah, but the thing is, I like a bit of humour and a bit of comedy, and that's what I was going for. It made everybody in the church, we all had a bit of a giggle, and then we started the serious music after that.
But who chose this music, you or your spouse?
Oh, well, me. I mean, I had to talk my husband round.
Into getting married.
It wouldn't be. And there's a little bit of that, a little bit of cajoling.
Marriages are always, there's always a kind of a give and take in this situation. Like, so you had the Big Brother theme tune. Surely then there was a trade-off where, as you turned around and walked out, was it to, I don't know, Shaggy Bombastic? I don't know. What did he get to pick as the music as you left her?
Actually, I have to say, you didn't get to pick anything. It was just me. But, you know, he got what he wanted on the wedding night.
Oh, a nice night out with his mates. That's,
Did you have Marcus Bentley, the Geordie voiceover man, doing the actual reading? Do you, Davina, take this man to be a lawful wedding husband?
Do you know, if we got remarried, I'd do that, definitely, second time.
Surely, though, you needed the morning after and you're waking up and turn to your partner and then he just leans over with day 2.
David, are you taken in by any of this?
It's possible. I can see it would be sort of a jokey, sort of, if you wanted to, you know, have a sort of light-hearted beginning to the whole thing. It's possible. What's your instinct, Michael?
My instinct, after recoiling, is it's probably true.
Dara?
No, my instinct is that you went for pure princess wedding and that it was string quartet playing.
So it's a hung jury here.
Yes.
I've changed my mind. I don't think she did.
Oh, right, it's not a hung jury here. I think it's a lie. We're going to say lie.
They're saying it's a lie, Davina.
It is... a lie.
It is a lie. Well done. Yes, it's a lie. Davina did not have the Big Brother theme tune playing at her wedding ceremony. After the wedding, in a small function room next door, Dermot O'Leary hosted a low-budget follow-up ceremony called Davina's Wedding's Little Wedding. Dara's turn to amaze us.
I co-own a racehorse with Sir Alex Ferguson.
What's the racehorse called?
The racehorse called Danger Here. One word put together.
Who owns it?
No, there's a syndicate. There's a load of us in a syndicate.
And
now.
who's training it?
Oh, God, I no idea.
You don't know who trains it?
I don't know who trains it.
Do you know what colour it is?
Yes, it's brindle.
It's what?
Brindle.
Brindle? You don't get brindle horses.
That's not a colour, that's
dog.
a character in Lord of the Rings.
You get brindle dogs, but not horses.
What races have you seen it racing?
I saw it in Cheltenham.
What did it race in at Cheltenham? What was the race?
Oh, God, it was some sponsor thing. It was like a Hennessy thing.
How long ago was that?
That was last March.
Was it the Cheltenham Gold Cup meeting?
No, it was before that. That's slightly later in Cheltenham.
What date? What part of March was it?
Cheltenham, I'm just saying, but it wasn't the Cheltenham Festival. That's when the Cheltenham Festival's on.
In March?
But yeah, it's just the week before Paddy's Day in March.
Forget the Paddy's Day. This has got nothing to do with it.
You asked
What is
when?
the date of the meeting you went to?
It was the 34th of March this year.
Right, OK.
So you need to know the date in case it was like a horse bank holiday.
How long...
No, 3rd of March. No, horses won't work that day. It's part of their culture. They're all worshipping their horse god. Special hay cakes.
Maybe.
Have you got a horse?
I've got no horse, no, but I've
Do you
got...
like a horse?
Why,
is that what this is about?
No, it's not about the fact that I want a horse, it's about the fact
you
that...
want a horse. You're quite a horse guy, and you want a horse, and you're ashamed of saying it because it makes you sound like a 12-year-old girl.
So you've got an interest in horse racing a bit, obviously.
Sort of an interest. Originally in Ireland, it was part of a greyhound syndicate, which is
That's a bit, was it? But it was too big to race with the greyhounds.
Yeah,
Seems reasonable.
I've got a donkey in the sanctuary somewhere. Does it work like that, where they send you little pictures at Christmas?
You're doing good, whereas Dara has an enslaved creature.
The horse doesn't send me a letter every Christmas and go, thank you very much for the sugar cubes. Yes,
please could I run less? My feet hurt the whole time. A cruel dwarf hits me.
OK, Lee, you're going to have to come to a conclusion.
What do you think?
I think he might be telling the truth.
I think he's telling the truth.
OK, I think they're both wrong. You're lying. I'm going against my team and saying that you're lying.
Really?
If I'm wrong,
It makes a mockery of the whole team thing, doesn't it?
See, he's lying. He's trying to get us to change our mind. Perfect. He's lying. Definitely. He's lying. If he was telling the truth, he wouldn't go, have another go, Lee, would he? Think again, Lee. Have another go.
He's saying it's a
It's a
lie.
black and white lie. It's a brindle lie. It's a lie.
Dara, the truth of the matter, please.
You're lying.
It is a lie.
It is a lie. It's a lie. Dara does not own or co-own a racehorse with anyone. In fact, Dara has far better ways of avoiding tax and laundering his money. Despite having nothing to do with any of Sir Alex's horses, Dara does pay towards the upkeep and stable cost of Wayne Rooney and owns Rio Ferdinand's stud rights. So at the end of that round, it's Lee's team who are looking decidedly out of their depth, trailing as they are 3-1. Our next round is called Ring of Truth, a simple title, simple idea, but still a massive obstacle for our panellists. So to David's team and a trip down memory lane to 1985.
Hello. Suzanne Haywood, hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello, Mike. Hello, Elton.
Hello, how are you?
All right, thanks. I just want to ask you, Elton, how is married life suiting you?
Married life is fine. We've been married just over a year now and it's flown by, which is a good sign. And I compare it to when I was on tour last year and it really dragged on a long time and the marriage seems to have just flown by. So we're really very, very happy and that's really nice of you to ask.
Hello, and Elton.
Yeah?
Does Renata think you have any bad habits?
Oh, lots. Yeah, she's trying to get me to stop doing lots of things, but I won't tell you what they are.
I do like the fact that, you know, in 1985, we all thought he was straight. Everyone in the nation thought he was straight, but there was one kid that knew the truth and just sarcastically rung up Superstrong and go, yeah, how's this marriage going, Elton? And have you got any habits that she doesn't like, your wife?
Yes, that was Elton John appearing on Saturday Superstore in the days when he was so far inside the closet that he was paying regular visits to Narnia. Elton continued to be happily married right up until he realised that his wife didn't have a penis. So, here is your related fact for David's team. David Furnish has an Elton tracker sat-nav, so he can see exactly where Elton John is at any time.
So that would actually involve there being Elton being tagged in some way.
Yes, it was developed by David Furnish's brother. He's an electrical engineer.
Right.
You are generally saying that he went up to him with some sort of like out of Mission Impossible 3 and to the back of his neck and went pfft, like that. And now...
Or some kind of swan collar.
Almost a bejewelled anklet, that's all he needs.
A bejewelled anklet? You do this with much more style.
This isn't the Antique Roadshow now, Michael.
Is this a device that's actually been implanted in Elton John, or is it just in his bag?
No,
right,
it's
so
a button-sized transmitter. It came about as a joke because Elton apparently kept on losing his mobile phone, and so David would never know where he was.
They strapped him to a table and fired a microchip into his ear.
Still not a solution to the phone-losing problem, though, is it? I know where I am, but where's my fucking phone? Maybe just Elton John should just concentrate.
You know, you put Elton tracker in inverted commas. Does that mean if I need to buy one myself, I have to ask for an Elton tracker? Is that the actual? That's the actual.
If you're
name?
wanting to track Elton John, yes, that would be weird.
Can we all do it? Can we all just go and see where Elton is at any given time?
Presumably, we could all hack into the signal that the button-sized transmitter is sending out, and we'd all know where he is all the time.
Last thing at night, I'd like to be able to turn to it and just to glow, just to see. There's Elton there. Safe at home.
I think you open a can of worms if you hack into the system as well and have it on while you're in bed, because like a horror film, one night you would wake up and the chip would be in your house. You say Rocket Man 5 times in the mirror, he turns up.
So, David, are you thinking this is plausible?
I do think it's quite plausible, but also, obviously, it might
I think it's doable. I don't think that's plausible that he would constantly track Elton John wherever he is.
We have to work out whether it's with Elton's agreement, of course.
I'd like to think that Elton knows about it, given that we all now know about it. It's clearly...
I'd hate him to find out watching this show.
So you need to come to a decision.
Michael?
Yes, it has this kind of whiff of verisimilitude.
I think he's saying it's true.
Yeah. I don't believe it. I don't think it's true.
Oh, it's a casting vote. I'm going to say, plausible though it is, I'm going to say I think it's a lie.
Saying it's a lie, and I can tell you that it is, in fact, a lie. Absolutely right. Well done. Yes, David Furnish does not have an Elton tracker sat-nav. Elton and David's relationship is founded upon trust, a trust that Elton set up in the mid-90s so David would never have to work again. So at the end of that round, it's Lee's team who appear to be losing the will to win, behind as they are 4-2. Our next round is called This Is My, in direct contravention of any known grammar. David's team will each claim to have a unique link to tonight's mystery guest, but 2 of the panellists are lying. So it's up to Lee's team to debrief, deduce and decide. So please welcome this week's special guest person, Lee. So, David, what is Lee to you?
This is Lee, and for the past 6 months, he's been teaching me how to improve my memory.
Michael, perhaps you'd like to explain how you know Lee?
This is Lee, who is my driver, and he has also appeared on episodes of Minder.
And finally, Dara, your relationship with Lee.
This is Lee. He's actually my gardener, and he was introduced to me by Andrew Lloyd Webber.
So there you are. A mental coach, according to David, a driver come actor, if we believe Michael, or a Lloyd Webber recommended gardener, according to Dara. Lee's team, where would you like to begin?
Dara, where do you live?
Where do I live? I live in West London.
And so how was he introduced to you by Andrew Lloyd Webber?
Well, it wasn't like that we were all at a party and Webber goes, "Have you met my gardener, Lee?" Yeah. I did Parkinson, and Andrew Lloyd Webber was on it with Tim Rice once, and you're making polite chit-chat in the green room afterwards, and I told him where I lived. I said, "Oh, yeah, I used to live around there. How are you finding it?" And we had a very dull conversation about how it's kind of grown up, the house, because it's got a garden.
I'm just finding it hard to believe that it's a quite exciting time, isn't it? You're on Parkinson, that's quite exciting. You're meeting Andrew Lloyd Webber, he's famous, that's quite exciting. At what point do you go, I loved Phantom of the Opera. Do you know any good gardeners? You know, it's just... I'm finding that hard to believe, you know.
How long's Lee been your driver?
Oh, blimey. 18 years.
And what
18 years?
What car does he drive?
Mercedes.
And which seat do you sit on?
I have a funny thing. I like to sit at the back of the car on the left-hand side so I can do a bit of homework.
Which you could never do on the right, obviously.
Well, then you've got the driver right
in front of you. And you might need to ask him a question about your homework. If he goes like that, it's Brazil. That's fine. But you'd ask his head to swivel all the way around and he then wouldn't be concentrating on the road. So he could be telling the truth.
Yes.
What did he play in Minder?
Oh, as you can imagine, some kind of heavy.
So you've been in the car with him for 18 years. He's the same driver the whole time? You're not... Right. So what's his surname?
Tippett.
Great answer.
See, that's how the lying mind works, doesn't it? Driver, tip, make it bigger. Tip it! It was either that or honky horn, wasn't it?
David, could you just tell me again what your one was? It was the last 6 months.
Lee has been teaching me how to improve my memory.
OK, how do you do that?
Well, I go to a monthly one-to-one class with Lee, and the aim is basically to stop the natural deterioration of the brain.
Can you give me an example of the kind of techniques he teaches you?
Well, to try and remember things like lines for a show. Essentially, you go on a mental journey and you sort of remember it on the basis of a place that you know very well. And so you associate different parts of, say, a speech you're trying to learn with with objects that are in your kitchen.
If I said to you 7 items, you could picture them in a story, couldn't you? So we've got a dog.
Possibly.
Well,
maybe
you're
not.
Drive...
Maybe not.
You know what, David? If you get to 6, I'll believe you.
OK.
Dog, duck, house, car, circle, square, triangle. Can you repeat them back to me, please?
Dog, duck, house, car, circle, square, triangle. That was incredibly easy. I didn't have to use any technique at all. Can you say, the apple is there? The apple is there. How does he remember it?
Do you know what? I've realised I've got a bad memory because I can only remember the names of animals and shapes.
Can we have a look at Lee's hands?
Yes, you can take a look at... Yeah?
They look like nice hands. He's not a gardener.
OK, well, we need an answer. So Lee's team is this person.
You think Michael?
David's brain enhancer, Michael's acting chauffeur, or Dara's green-fingered friend.
Yeah, I can see him. That's the thing about him, isn't it? He looks both like a driver and someone that used to be in Minder. I think we'll go for... Well, should we go for Michael's driver?
Perhaps our guest Lee can tell us who you really are.
I'm Michael's driver, and I have appeared in episodes of Minder.
Congratulations. Yeah, Yes, Lee is indeed Michael's driver. Are you only Michael's driver, or do you drive other people?
No, I drive other people as well.
You never told me that.
Could be the end of a beautiful friendship. Congratulations, thank you so much, Lee. Well done. So many thanks to Lee, who was Michael's driver and occasionally appeared in Minder. For those too young to remember Minder, it was Dennis Waterman's stepping stone to Panto. So at the end of that round, it's David's team who are literally finding it all beneath them, on top as they are 4-3. And so, with a tangible sense of relief, we come to the final round, quick-fire lies, where the panellists reveal more dubious facts about themselves, but this time against the clock. On occasion, instead of reading a statement out, they will reveal a possession, which they will claim is in some way linked to their unsavoury lives. Lee's team are trailing, so now would be the perfect time to start bucking their ideas up, beginning with David.
My first word was Hoover.
Well, would you pronounce it exactly Hoover, or did you go Hoover?
I don't remember.
But would your mother...
My sense of it at the time was that I was saying it absolutely bang on. My parents were encouraging, I imagine, rather than going, you've mispronounced that and it's a brand name.
Well, my children's first word was ashtray. Very clearly, he just said ashtray.
Did he click his fingers at the same time?
So roughly how old were you?
Hoover.
I don't know.
Must have been about...
When do people start talking?
Well, how do you know the story? Your parents
Well,
told
my parents have told me.
But they failed to tell you how old you were
I
when you
don't
said it.
remember doing it. I don't remember. I remember there was a silence and an inability to speak. And then suddenly the sense of a vacuum cleaner came into my head and I knew that I could express it.
But he is very intelligent, so I can
like...
imagine his mum and dad going, what's that then? What's that? And him going, well, it's a Hoover, of course. Are you stupid? It's a bloody Hoover. I don't know. What do you think,
So
Davina?
is it
What do you
sounding
think?
plausible?
Well, my children, the first words were also dog, cat, ball, mama, dada, small. Hoover's quite complex word.
Yeah. I am abstaining for the first time. I'm delegating to Davina.
To which
All right, well, I
one?
won't take it.
Davina.
I agree.
I'm delegating
what
to
do you
Davina.
think?
You're on your own now, love.
Let's just be done with it. Let's say it's true.
OK, she's saying it's true. David, tell all.
It is, in fact, true.
It is true. Sensational, yes,
Wow.
it is true. David's first word was Hoover. He was watching Vanessa Feltz eating at the time. Next, Davina.
Possession.
Oh, right, if you'd like to look at the box beneath
Yes.
your desk, open it and tell us what it contains.
Right. These are the wig and glasses I wear if I want to pop to the shops unnoticed.
Right.
See it.
Yeah.
Would you
Pop
mind
it on there.
slipping into it?
Obviously, I'd do it properly, but it's a bit hard to get all my hair in.
Do it properly.
Yes.
It's Davina.
Good grief.
Yeah, that's inside Lee Mack.
Can I have a look?
Uncannily like Davina McCall.
Do you not think there's a chance that people aren't approaching, not because they don't recognise you, they go, that's Davina McCall, don't go near her. I think she's having a breakdown.
I think you look like Ken Barlow's ultimate fantasy.
It's not low key. I mean, you do look less like you than normal, but
It's a lot more casual, dressed down, plain.
And it works.
It absolutely works completely.
Not anymore, it doesn't. I know we have to make a guess, but I'm really liking that look. By the way, I think it's actually.
I like him very much.
That's thanks,
Yeah.
Michael.
I would
Oh yeah.
Grr.
But me, my opinion is worth nothing to you.
So, David, what are you thinking? Which way are you
I'm
leaning?
thinking it's quite plausible.
Yeah, so am I.
Yeah, because you do look very different. But the other side of it is, it's a big. You're really, if somebody discovers who you are, you really
kind of
are
embarrassing.
exposed as having put on a silly disguise. I mean, it's one short of a deer stalker and a pipe. So, what do you think?
I don't believe a word of it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, if you
now
got,
I think it's a
if
lie.
you got caught doing it once, it'd be really embarrassing.
Yeah.
Nah, I've changed my mind entirely on this.
And
I think it's a
particularly
lie.
if somebody discovers you wearing the glasses and the wig, take them off and then don't recognise you.
That would be embarrassing.
Yeah. So I think we're going to go for a lie then.
Lie. Yeah, I think it's
They're
a
all
lie.
going for a lie suddenly. Davina, tell us whether it's the truth or a lie.
Well, actually, it is a lie.
It is a lie. Yes. Next, Jason.
Oh. I applied for Mastermind with a specialist subject, Columbo.
Who plays Columbo?
Peter Falk.
Who made Columbo?
I was put... Sorry?
Who made it?
Universal.
Okay. Could be. That is a company that makes things. What are the years in which William Shatner has appeared in Columbo? Because he's appeared more than once. And what years are those episodes?
He's been in 3 episodes.
Yeah.
74, 71, probably guess 78 maybe.
You're definitely wrong there, because he's been in one in the sort of that looks more modern, which I think would be in the early 90s, and the kind of newer ones that are less good. In the first one that William Shatner appears in, what is the device by which he... What's the device?
If you're not telling the truth, let me warn you, you're messing with the wrong man.
What's the device he uses? The apparently in that context futuristic device he uses by which he makes it seem that that it's a different time from the time it really is. What does he use? What machine?
No, I don't know.
Right, this is rubbish then. You're not an expert on Columbo. I've
I'm
only watched Columbo a bit.
I'm not
that
an
one's
episode.
been on load, and it's
I'm not
a
an episode
video
on that
recorder.
episode.
Sorry?
He didn't say he was an expert anyway, he said he applied. He got rejected for knowing fuck
on-
all.
David, what are you thinking?
Okay, we'll go for a lie.
Okay, they're saying it's a lie. Jason, what's the truth
Stop,
of it?
wait. It says Columbia. Start again.
Just one more thing, it's a lie.
It is a lie. It is a lie, yes. Jason did not apply to Mastermind with the specialist subject of Columbo. He was just about to apply, but then Columbo started. In episodes of Columbo, you'll remember the viewer knows all along who the murderer is, rather like with Princess Diana. Which incessant buzzing means that at the end of tonight's contest, it's David's team who are tonight's prize fighters, having comprehensively outpunched Lee's team 7 points to 5. How did that happen? So, hats off to our winners, bog off to our losers, and we leave you with news that according to research scientists, habitual liars tend to speak in a dull, flat monotone, which begs the question, just what is Kent Livingstone trying to hide? Good night.
Catch up with all your favourite comedy shows, including last night's Mock the Week on BBC iPlayer at bbc.co.uk/iPlayer. More comedy on the way here on BBC One from Armstrong and Miller. Next.